Hello, guys. Welcome to our new episode. I hope you enjoyed the last episode. Hope you do well to subscribe, share, likes, and tell people about it. This is our new episode titled The Untold Story. Here in the studio with me, I have Christabel and Desmond. You are welcome, guys.
Thank you
So,
very much.
Christabel, can you tell us a little about yourself?
Okay, so first and foremost, my name is Christabel. I'm an entrepreneur and I'm also a hospitality personnel.
Okay, so Desmond, I know Desmond used to be a promoter and he's still a promoter. So Desmond, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Desmond, just like you said, and I'm a promoter.
Yeah,
And I do skit as well.
yeah.
So you can follow my handles on the laugh underscore with underscore those. But for TikTok, you can do that as well as laugh underscore WIT. That's no fully TH, then underscore those. So that's that.
So I know one guy called Hype My Laugh, but I don't think his hype is making people laugh. Hope your own laugh is fun.
It's very fun, bro.
Hope we enjoy it.
Definitely.
Okay, so Desmond, Christabel, welcome once again. So now I want to discuss about the untold story in the hospitality industry. You know that so many things have happened, so many people has come, so many people has left, so many people has died. So, like now, the reality about the hospitality, that is what we really want to talk about. And I want you guys to pour out your mind. Let's talk about it. Let's pour out our mind and speak about it. So now my first question for you is what is hospitality to you, Christabel?
Okay, so hospitality in general is just like being hospitable, being accommodating, you being able to make people that you don't know
Yeah.
comfortable. Like you meeting them in first place, you're making them comfortable and relaxed and giving them what they want at when they want it. That's just like what hospitality is in general.
Even though you don't like their
Even though
looks,
you don't like them, even though you don't know them, you just have to make them comfortable.
even though they are rude to you.
Even though they are rude to you.
So now, if like me now, maybe I walk up to you, maybe in your space, I just be like, "Hey," like calling you, just be like, "Hey, come." So you will still accept that even when you are still doing
I'll pass you
hospitality.
my mind, but I don't really have to tell you what is in my mind. But I'll definitely insult you, but I have to keep it to myself and do what you ask me to
So
do.
basically, I should be expecting if I mention to you, "Hey, come and attend to me," you've caused me in your mind.
Definitely.
So Desmond, what can you say about hospitality? Like, what's hospitality?
Well, just like what she said, I think hospitality is more like a field whereby you meet different kind of people you have actually not met before. So it's more like a space whereby you show your professionalism, meeting new people. Um, it's just about you adding professionality to it, not like just like say like being rude or stuff like that, or maybe someone called you like a guest. I mean, person called you and maybe the approach wasn't really bad, wasn't really good for you. You
Yeah,
need to like react or whatsoever. I think that's where your professionalism comes in.
Yeah.
So it's not even about what you think because nobody actually give a fuck about what you think at the
yeah,
moment.
yeah.
So it's about just maintaining that space for the moment and doing the needful for the moment as well. So
So, like you now, you being a manager now,
yeah.
what are the things that you look out for in customers for you to say, this person is coming to spend or this person is coming to make troubles? There are some customers because they are not happy at home, they can come and make troubles outside.
Yeah.
Have you seen that kind of people?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, of course, first of all, you need to understand the fact that you're not God, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
seeing someone for the very first time, you can't actually tell who the person is. So, this area of like, okay, maybe you imagining who the person is, if it's someone that can actually spend or not, I don't think you can actually tell that because more often, the people you actually look up to that they will spend, they might end up being the ones spend themselves. So, the people you feel like you're looking less, they might be the ones that turn up the whole
But I feel
environment,
like there are some spaces in Australia that there are restriction of people.
of course.
Meanwhile, you dress in a kind of way, and they'll tell you it's not allowed.
Yeah,
You can't get into this place
yeah,
dressed like this.
yeah.
And so we don't know their pockets,
Hmm.
but their dressing cannot allow them to come into that space. So like what you said you can't really know people that want to spend. Like now, I think that is happening from the gates. Now, if someone comes inside the club or a lounge or something, and the person said, "Give me water." No, before you become a manager or something, there will have been a process. Maybe you're a runner, you're a waiter.
Yeah.
So let's imagine Christabel as a waitress.
Yeah.
If someone walk into your space and just be like, "Hello, give me water," you get, and you just be like, "Water, where?" So how do you treat that kind of situation?
Okay, so let me just use like a club space as an example.
Okay.
So if a guest walks in and the guest is on my, for instance, I'm a waiter and the guest is in my section, and for instance, I'm working in the VVIP because in the club they have like
Sections.
profiling.
Yeah.
So and the guest is on my table. So definitely he or she must have communicated with the concierge at the entrance. So for them to bring that guest to my table, definitely he or she is a VVIP guest or whatsoever. So if the guest comes, if the guest is on my table and they're like, please can I have water? I will definitely tell them the minimum spend first
Before you serve them the water.
because that is the rule.
That's the
Because
standard.
yes, because some customers can just buy water and they will just change their mind and leave. So that doesn't mean I won't give you the water.
Okay.
So I just have to explain to you
How we run the
how
place.
we run the place because every spaces with their different rules and their profiling. Like you can go to a lounge and say, give me water and they will give to you, but not in a club.
Okay. So Desmond, to you now, that means a lounge settings and club settings is quite different.
Of course, it's totally different because talking about club, I mean, let me even start with the time duration. So we have like lounge. Lounge, I think most lounge here in Lagos, I think they operate like maybe as early as 5 p.m. to certain time and maybe around 11. They close like around 11. Then I think during that closing period, that's when club actually
Runs.
runs. So clubs runs like till daybreak. I don't know if you understand, depending on the club and all that.
Okay.
So
So what is really something that you behind the tables, behind the customers, behind all the settings, what are those things that customer is not really seeing that really happens in your space?
okay, a lot. To be very honest with you, a lot.
So just put us through because we
Okay.
want to learn.
Okay. First of all, um, this is something we've experienced over the years, right? So I think it has been like this.
Yeah.
Now, we have scenarios whereby, just like she said, I want to like throw more light on what she said.
Okay.
So she said something like maybe working guests, right? We have working guests and we have like reservations, right?
Okay.
So these reservations, right? Talking about minimum spend, reservation actually, I think it's something that has to do with host and all that. So before any guest walk in as like a reservation guest, before you make your reservation, you might have agreements with the whosoever you are communicating with about your reservation. So you walking up to a table, you actually know, like them, they will actually tell you that okay, this is what you are expected to spend on this particular table. Then while on walking guests, right, they can actually come in without any form of like normal procedures. Like they can just walk in. It's like open space. They can actually walk in. So those kind of people now, they have a specific place they can actually put them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those kind of people now, you don't expect them like to like spend much because from the one, you never had any agreement with them about like, okay, the minimum or maximum expectation from them and all that. So this is something that happen like on a daily basis.
Yeah, often.
Yeah.
So, Christabel, when we talk about the growth in hospitality, so many people have the opportunity of, I've seen a manager that he can't really even write his name, but is a manager controlling people. So what has hospitality brought to you let's talk about growth now. Had hospitality brought any growth to you in any way?
Definitely, like in general.
Okay.
Okay, so let me just say, before I joined the industry, there are some limitations I had to the knowledge of what the hospitality in general looks like. So me joining the industry, it's really elaborated my knowledge in different ways because I've worked in a restaurant, I've worked in a lounge, I've worked in a club. I'm a business owner, but these are things I do to
Support your
you
business.
understand. So hospitality is a place where there are different like qualifications you need to have.
Yeah.
But that aside, your qualification will bring you into the picture.
Okay.
But what you have to offer determines the level of growth you're going to get as the years go by.
Okay.
So there are some people that you joined the industry recently, and you're a new employee,
Yeah, employee.
you're growing more than people you met. Not because you're being a special person
Mm-hmm.
or you're getting favor from the owners of the industry, but because of what you have to offer. And mind you, people that grow more in the industry, it's not because they are graduates.
Mm-hmm.
It's because of what they have upstairs. So people know how to communicate with people, make them comfortable, and do what needs to be done at the proper time. So hospitality is a very wide place. So it doesn't mean you're a graduate, that makes me a manager, or so. That is inclusive. But most especially is what you have to offer.
Can education get you job in hospitality?
Education can get you job, but education cannot get you the promotion you want.
So what are the things you have to do to get the promotion you want? Like now, I've seen a scenario whereby a manager will tell you, as a pretty girl that you are,
Yeah.
like, man, you have to give me this, like, part of this beauty and let me have a feel. Then don't worry, anything you need after that time, you get it. So, ladies in hospitality, majorly what they are looking for is face card.
Yeah.
When you are beautiful, you can get the job. Even when you don't have experience, they will train you and make you know what you have to do.
Yeah.
So have you had any encounter whereby someone will be like, man, if you want to become a floor supervisor or a floor manager, don't worry, let's get down.
I've personally not had that experience being in this space, you understand? But like I've gone to interviews and you'll be like, oh yeah, you're pretty, you have the qualifications and everything. But later on, the interviewer will go to your CV, get your contacts, and they're messaging you behind the scene. Stuff like that.
Yeah, sure.
So some of them will be like, okay, there are 1 million people that came for this interview, but I like you. Can you just do this, do that to get the job?
Sure.
It happens all the time. As far as you're a fine girl in this Lagos, it is prone to
Yeah.
happen. You must definitely experience.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Desmond, yeah, for you, I want to ask, if you are in the space of hospitality, what are the advantages that you feel like will make you know that, man, I'm doing well in this space?
Okay, this mission is kind of self-explanatory, but I'll still throw more light on it.
Okay.
Because I feel this is something that has to do with normal personal life, even after industry, aside for like outside industry in general.
Okay.
So how do I mean now? Just like you said, you asked rather, can education give you some kind of positions in industry?
Hospitality, yeah.
Now let me throw more light on that. This reflects to what you asked me now. Now, I feel everything it's not just about education.
Yeah.
Right? Even with your certificate sometimes, if you don't have the qualities, this is where skills comes in. So apparently it's not just about education now. This is where skills comes in. So if you don't have the qualities, I don't think you are in anywhere supposed to be at that certain space you feel like you have to be. Right now, let me use being a waiter, for example. This is something that goes stage by stage.
Yeah.
Now, let me start with runner. Okay, you being a runner, you being a runner rather. Some girls don't actually know what's the meaning of the word
runner is.
They actually don't know who's a runner. So that's why when you see some spaces in industry, like maybe from their tag, like, they have uniforms, they hardly put runner there.
Yeah.
So everybody, more like some space, they will just wear the same uniform.
Everybody looks the same.
But everybody knows the position he or she is. So now, let me start from the other runner aspect. You need to have some skills as a runner before you can get promoted being a waiter. And you being a waiter now, you need to possess some kind of skills that need to like entice the management. I think he or she is actually eligible to be either a supervisor or a manager. Waiters not to be a manager.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, sure.
So I feel you need to reach some certain stage whereby you can actually acquire those positions you feel like you have to be. Because this is something that has to do with common sense.
Yeah.
Use that word common sense. Now, they say respect it's reciprocal. Approach matters a lot in everything you do. So sometimes, I feel sometimes it's not just about you knowing this thing. Okay, this is the name for this glass, this is the name for this drink, and all that. So I feel it's something that has to do with your skills, communication
Matters.
because every single thing you do with a customer, don't be surprised. At the end of the day, there's a kind of recall. There's a remark behind you.
Yeah.
They might not say it in your presence. Sometimes you just be serving like as a waiter. They call your manager. I don't know if you understand.
Come and see what this guy is doing.
See what this guy is doing. So
But in a way, how do you treat difficult customers?
exactly.
Because some customers can be crazy.
Of course.
Very
Maybe customer walk up to your table, you start the customer be like, this drink is fake.
So I think coming to this, this is where you expect unexpected,
Okay.
right? I said earlier, you're not God. Anybody working, you can't actually detect who this person is, the kind of character he or she possesses. So you are just open to anything. So, but whatever the person is possessing, whatever action the person is giving, it's just up to you to like.
You have to be calm.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because this is where your professionalism comes in.
Mm.
So that's just it.
So, to you, how do you manage difficult customers? Because some customers can be very difficult to work with. And I think I've seen a scenario where customer order for food and in the kitchen they have to prepare the food, and also the customer tasted the meat and said it's cold inside, and it took one of the spoon and stabbed the girl on her hand. So the girl just left the table. So like that kind of situation, how do you think they should handle it?
So personally, I think you being in an hospitality space, you really need to know how to control your reflex, because difficult customers, they come every day. You might serve a customer today and the customer is calm and
You
all
love it.
nice, and the next time the customer comes, the customer is
It's violent.
portraying another character that you did not experience the other time. So I feel like when you notice this kind of customers, first of all, you have to be calm. First of all, very important, you have to be calm. And then when the customer is doing too much and you see that this one don't pass my power, that's why you have superiors. Because there are some things a customer might not respect you as a waiter, but when they see your manager, your supervisor, they might actually lower their guards. You understand? It's very, very normal. Waiters in the industry, they get disrespected every day of their lives, and that's why that like the front desk. That's why they select the kind of people that they put on their floor, because for you to be a waiter, you have to expect unexpected. Because even customers can throw glasses at you. So first of all, you have to work on your reflex, because some people, their reflex doesn't determine who they are. Some people, their reflex is so quick. If a customer can throw glass, they can actually throw the glass back at the customer. That doesn't make them a bad person.
But you lose your job now.
You will definitely lose your job. That's why I'm saying for you to be in that space,
You have to be calm.
your reflex, it has to be under control.
Okay, can I throw more light on this?
Okay.
And talking about reflex now, like something you need to like control so well as a waiter, or whichever position you're handling in the industry, you need to control that so well. Now, sometimes let me just say a little story. Back then, years back, I had this experience. It's actually not me. So like the person actually is a waiter. So 2 guests walking, I think they are couples or so. Probably they're having issue from home.
Yeah.
They just step out like to have a good time, stuff like that. So during the process, while this guy was serving these people, like it was kind of chaotic. Like there was kind of stress to the guy. To him, he felt like they are stressing him. So, but this person didn't actually report to the management or whatsoever. He wanted to take laws into his hands. So their car key, they placed their car key on the table. So on the process of like having fun and arguing at the same time, they ended up leaving that car key and stood up and left. So this guy went cleaning like the table and all that. So he saw the key there. But for the fact that they didn't actually like treat him well, he felt like these people didn't actually
Treat me well, yeah.
So he has a loan actually. So he told the runner to the key. He told the runner to take the key and throw inside, because that space was like very close to the water, not like on this seaside view.
Throw in the water.
To throw inside the water. This is like a swamp or something.
Okay.
So now, when those guys walk out, they remember that they didn't have their car key with them, so they need to walk back again. They started checking, like looking around. Like to the point that the waste bin, the company's waste bin, they scattered everywhere just looking for this key. So it got to a point whereby the owner of the place was actually involved because already getting chaos and all that. So the man needs to get involved. So they started asking questions. This person being a runner, someone that just resumed work, out of fear, he speak out the truth. I don't know if you understand. So he speak out the truth, right? Because
he has to speak now.
he's in his mind, he's already like reminiscing on what could happen next after this.
Yeah.
You're the person, like you're a runner on this table. They are not leaving you behind.
Yeah.
You and the waiter on the table, they are putting you guys in anything that you want to do to you.
Yes.
You both are involved.
Face the consequences.
So exactly. So at some point, the guys started like revealing the secret. Look at what happened. Look at what this person told me. So sometimes this is something that has to do with reflections. So you just need to control your emotion and all that.
So what do you think we have to do better in hospitality?
From guests or like
Or
staff?
No, like for the management now, what do you think we have to do better in hospitality? Even we as maybe as a waiter, as a waitress, as a management staff, as a GM, what do you think we have to do better in hospitality?
Paying attention to everything that happens in like on daily basis, paying attention from staff, guests, like every angle. You need to pay attention to everything.
Do you think this question is for you?
Okay.
Do you think hospitality staff are getting the credit they deserve?
They do not get the credit they deserve.
So can you throw more light on that?
Hospitality staffs do not get the credit they deserve, especially the waiters and the runners. Because mind you, these people are the people that are bringing the money to the company. And most times they feel they're always neglected. They get the lower salaries than the other departments.
But they
They get the highest disrespect. I don't know if you understand me.
I understand something that I wanted to tell you.
Okay.
They get the highest tip.
It's not about tip because the way I serve a guest determines if the guest will tip me
Or not.
But
if I'm a guest,
right.
Seeing you alone, I will tip you.
That's
Because if you put a smile on your face and you are serving me and I'm enjoying the service, nothing is stopping me from
it's not.
tipping
It's
you.
not always like that. It is not always like that.
So about the credits now, you feel like they short paid them,
They are short paid.
they disrespect them.
They are disrespected, and the guests always forget that it is not a crime to tip the person that served you. It's just.
So that should be a culture.
It should be a culture in Nigeria. It happens in other countries, but you see in Nigeria, a customer can come and you will sell like 5 million, 10 million, 20 million, and they're going without saying even thank you. I'm not saying they're obligated to do that.
Yes.
But I just feel like it's like
courtesy.
courtesy demands that you say thank you for serving me, because before I serve 10 million, there's a lot of ups and downs.
I think Desmond is boiling. Let him say something.
For real, I'm really boring because I'm boiling so bad. Like, like a lot of crazy things have been happening. Like sometimes you just feel like, how do I address this? Like, who can I actually talk to? Because how can I keep this thing like out there?
Story of my mind.
Exactly, because at the end of the day, this is something you can actually discuss with your management.
Yeah.
Because every management actually wants you to give up. They don't even care about you.
Just give your best.
You see that customer, just give them whatever they want.
You know, consign.
How you look or whatsoever.
As far as they pay you.
Exactly. So this mentality now is something that people need to work on rather, because sometimes it's not just about the money, right? For the fact that you're paying me, it doesn't mean I need to die on the process.
So what's the funniest thing management has done to you?
Oh my God, a lot. Like a lot. You see this tip thing that we're talking about?
Yeah.
Some organization, they will be like, okay, we have like a tip boss.
Yes.
Trust me, like there are a lot of people, you as a waitress or you as a waiter, you are giving every part of your best, like just to make sure customers are like they feel so fine. Why the next person doesn't really care? Because he or she believes that whatever that comes from you,
you have to give it out.
I don't know if you understand.
Like I have one scenario that has happened. Mm-hmm. There's a tip box in the company that any customer that wants to tip you, they have to drop it in the box.
Yeah.
So a guy was giving 500k cash. And he has to take the money and drop in the tip box. You know, when they are sharing the money after the work.
20k.
So you can imagine the whole irony. I call it irony because now, let me throw more light on this tip thing. It's very, very crazy because it's not even about you being entitled, you being a waiter or waitress, you're entitled to any form of tip or whatsoever.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand. But like, there should be a kind of appreciation. It could be your compliment. It could be your funds. You can actually give money.
Yeah.
It's not your money because imagine me, a waiter. Let me use myself for example. Imagine me, a waiter, right? So giving you the perfect service, I feel like you deserve. And at the end of the day, maybe this person is actually like maybe a hype man or a DJ or a drummer. We are all entertainers, regardless.
Yeah,
right?
sure.
But then again, I feel the few things I feel like I deserve, you give it to this person just because you feel like this person drums, right? You feel like this person hype, you call your name just to like.
But you're not hyping the customer.
No, like some hype man, they will be like, okay,
They call the customer's name. They
just to make sure this person actually notice them. And at the end of the day, the money that I feel like you're supposed to come to you, they give to the person. And I guess people will just stand up and leave without saying it's not a problem, regardless, it's not a problem. But
you feel cheated in that aspect.
Obviously, because at the end of the day, most of the major job on the table, you're the one.
You do.
You're running for basket and just to make sure these people feel fine.
So if let's say tomorrow now, you own your own place, for maybe a club or a restaurant, what can you do better for a waiters, waitress, runner? What can you do better? Because now we are just saying that management has to do this, they have to do that, they have to do. So let's put ourselves in that space.
Sorry, before you go to that dimension, let me just say this. Some managers, they don't know that the way you treat your staffs determines how the customer is going to
receive,
respect them or talk back to them.
Okay.
Some managers, supervisors, they don't know that customers are watching. At all times, customers watch. And me as an owner of a company, the way I treat my staff, when the customer is looking at it, they'll be like, okay, for the owner of the company to respect the staff so well, that means I do not have any reason to disrespect that staff. And let's even leave the waiting department. The bottle girls, they get disrespected a lot because they are being sexy to bring your premium bottles to your table. That doesn't make them prostitutes. Yes, because there's this ideology of bottle girls being prostitutes. Please, bottle girls are not prostitutes, so they are not. They are just entertainers. The way we have dancers, DJs, hype men, drummers, aerialists, and the rest of them, that is their own field.
Is a waitress an entertainer?
Waitress is not an entertainer. The waiters, they're like the professional, they're like the front of the company. So the way a waiter treats the staff, that's how.
So who is the back of the company?
No, the thing let me tell you something. The thing there is that, you see this waiter and waitress thing, right? There was a question you asked earlier. You were like, okay, what do you think like the management should do better when it comes to like waiters and all that? You know, some companies they do more of what's the percentage, right? Aside from this where you get your benefits aside from the tip, either tip or no tip.
Like there should be an allowance.
Allowances and all that aside from the salary, right? I think that's the areas I feel like some management should actually look into.
Yeah.
So now talking about this, let me just say the angle of waiters and waitress, because we have actually been in this space, right, some years back. Now, waitress, they have more advantage than waiters.
Okay. Because they are ladies.
Exactly. They have more advantage.
You know, when you mentioned that, Crystal is saying,
So they have more advantage than those of waiters. Do you know why?
So?
Now, let me tell you why I say that actually. Now you want to go out, right?
Okay.
You have a boyfriend or you have a man, you have a husband.
Yes.
So now, your husband doesn't expect you both going out. Your husband or your boyfriend doesn't expect you to pay bills.
Definitely.
Right? So now, automatically, whatever service a waiter is putting out there or a waitress is putting out there, come on, they are still looking at that waitress. The nature of a man. They are still, no matter what
is Desmond right?
So Desmond is not right though.
Wait, let me tell you something. No matter what you do as a waiter, right? It could be a male guest or a female guest. They are still looking at that waitress, your beauty, your face, being feminine and all that. So, but a waiter, you will see her.
So what do you have to say to counter that?
I'm not sure because you see, let me just use club settings. Inside a club, there are more girls than the guys. And where there is a guy, there's a girl. And it's a girl that is going to ginger the whole tipping and the rest. That's what people neglect. When there is a table like this, it's that girl that will tell a man to, babe, tip this person. And as a man, you're a fine boy. Even if I'm with my man, you're entering my eye. Even we as the girls, even the men, sometimes they just try to look away because of the woman they are with. But now, men get more advantage than the women in the industry. To me,
it's not like that.
So,
Have
guys,
you been in a space whereby like two people there could be couples like this guy is telling you like don't start us again. Have you?
it happens because you see the girls, they always feel threatened
by a lady,
by a lady. If you're
feel
not a
like they
fine,
feel like your man, my
my man
man
is
can get
looking at
attracted
you.
to you.
Exactly. So
You
that's
understand?
what I say.
It happens all the time. All the time, my darling.
But well, I just feel it's all vice versa actually. So that's just it.
All right, guys, we've come to the end of this section. Thank you, Christabel, for coming.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Desmond, for coming. I really enjoyed this episode. It's a whole lot. And I think we are going to bring Desmond and Christabel again because I think they have a whole lot to say. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for listening to us. Please do well to check Darkroom Files in all platforms and